Hey everybody, it's me, Adam, the Don One Sports, coming here with your NBA playoff recap. Now, boy oh boy, I would hate to have you miss the games today. There were some good ones. OKC taken to a game seven by Memphis. Now let's get you up to date on the Memphis game real quick. Memphis Grizzlies, OKC Thunder. Um, they went to game seven after the Thunder lost by about 10 points to the Grizzlies in game six. It's kind of funny because they had this great blowout win in OKC, had a chance to close it out in game six, and who has the worst game of his career in the playoffs? Kevin Durant. Everyone's bugging out. Oh my God, he's having the worst game. 11 points, 7 boards. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, he had some foul trouble. Relax. He had some foul trouble. Couldn't be as aggressive as he wanted to be. That's why he was doing what he was doing. That's why he had that bad game. Because not only was that, but they were playing in Memphis. They're playing Memphis. You know what that means? Calls are going the Grizzlies' way. That's exactly what that means. So he can't do what he normally would do because of the early foul trouble and because he's not in his building. So the calls are not always going to favor him. So he has to limit what he's got. Plus, I mean, they've got pesky hands all over the place when it comes to the Grizzlies. They're just pesky at home. Now, the role were flipped come game seven. Now OKC's at home, and the Memphis Grizzlies are coming to town. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies have been a good road team throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. But this is game seven. This is bigger than big. This is one game. This is nothing left. There's no tomorrow. You either advance or you go home. This is the official. You win or you win and you're in, and you lose and you go home. This is what everybody wants. Game seven, because you've scout now. Now you throw all the scouting reports you've done out the window. And you go play ball. Well, guess what? You woke up Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant had a bad game. He followed it up with a great game. 39 points, 7 boards. Ridiculous output. That man has been averaging close to 30 points a night, with the exception of the game six. He's usually in the losses he's at about 20, in the wins he's at about 30. So except for the exception, everyone has a bad game. This is basketball. This is you live and die with good and bad games. The great ones come out to play the next day. He didn't put two back-to-back bad games together. So OKC is advancing. Their other player who helped him out, Russell Westbrook. Now Russell Westbrook, the man is good, but he's starting to learn, and you want to, and OKC fans, you need to know that he needs to be a facilitator. What he did tonight by setting up teammates, grabbing boards, and scoring points, that's what he needs to do. The best guard in the NBA at grabbing rebounds at one point in his career was Jason Kidd, because he would just fly in and crash the boards. If you're that quick, use your quickness and to your ability when your opponent's sleeping below by him. You're very gifted. He's a very gifted athlete, about 6'3". Can really jump out the gym. He's got a lot of athletic talent, long arms. So, you know, Westbrook, you've got to do that. When Westbrook hogs the ball, the OKC are garbage, and that is what you want to see when you're talking about. That's not what you want to see when you talk about championship basketball. You want to see a winner. You want to see a winner. You want to see a guy who understands how to step with his teammates, and that's what Russell Westbrook did tonight. That's what he's going to need to do throughout the series. He's going to need to score. He's not going to need to score 30 every night against Dallas, but he is going to have to be a second scorer. And the last point I want to touch on in the OKC game is I said OKC would have to have a third option. James Harden came to play and scored 17 big points. You need that. If you are going to advance against the Dallas Mavericks, you're going to need a third scorer, because this is a great lead into the Dallas OKC series. Dallas has depth. They've got a great bench. They got guys who can come off the bench. Jason Terry is one of the leading scorers off the bench, especially in the fourth quarter. You're going to have to match his intensity to match his shots. Again, this is going to be a great series to watch. We're going to have to see if OKC can play on the road, because Dallas can play on the road. They won 2 games in a hostile environment in LA. Um, Before that, they won some games in Portland in a hostile environment. So they've had a long layoff, so it should benefit them because they're a little older team. This is the only time I think having a long layoff works because a team like Dallas is old. They are beat up. They had some physical series, but now paper wise they have better depth than OKC. We'll see if it matches up because it's a very perimeter oriented bunch. They both like to get up and down the floor. We're going to see who matches up against Dirk because he's a really tough matchup. You may want to throw Durant on him. You may not. It depends on who you, what way you're going to play. Jason Terry is going to be big in this series. I think you also need to watch Jason Kidd because the savvy of Jason Kidd and how he sets up his team, as well as when he's playing defense on Russell Westbrook. See what he does. He played defense on Kobe Bryant and was pesky in the Lakers series and really disrupted the Lakers' timing. If he can do that against Russell Westbrook, the OKC Thunder are going to have a tough time competing in this series. Let's just hope that OKC is not burnt out from a long, drawn-out series with the Grizzlies to put up some fight. They have a couple days off. Well, not really. They have one day off before the game is played, where they really go for the gold on Tuesday night, where they go for the championship game, the championship, their chance at the finals. So we've previewed the Western Conference. Now let's switch it over to the Eastern Conference final. Everybody's talking about the big three. The big three. Miami. Oh yeah, Miami. Who cares? It wasn't about Miami today. It wasn't about Miami today. It was about the Chicago Bulls. Hey, Bulls fans, wake up. You may be on your way to another finals. You may be doing it. You need to get on the back of this kid, Derrick Rose. He is good. He carried his team today, but it's not about Derrick Rose tonight. It's about the rest of the team. The Luol Dengs and Taj Gibsons and the Joakim Noahs. Those guys played big, played huge tonight. Joakim Noah came in and he had just a great game. And I liked Miami's game plan. Miami's game plan, they didn't have a natural center, a true center out there in Zerudis Ilgauskas or Eric Dampier. They put in Joel Anthony so they can get some movement. But you really, really see, A, the liability that Bibby is on the defensive end, and B, the lack of depth that Miami has on their bench, which means the big three, if the big three don't have a great game down, so I'm not saying the big three didn't, but that defense of Chicago is great. It's fantastic. If you like defense, watch this series. This series had block shots, steals, turnovers, everything you want in a defense struggle. And the better defense won. And the reason the better defense won because they converted on the offensive end, and they converted on the offensive end with role players. It wasn't always Derrick Rose doing all the work. He set up some people. Luol Deng was coming through big, hitting big shots, big 3-pointers. That is ideal for him. Ideal. If he hits big shots, that's ideal. Because it's going to open up the whole defense and spread it out. And that way, Derrick Rose can slither in and do his floaters and his little layups that he does. Also, Kyle Korver, once he gets his shot back, he hasn't done a great job shooting, but once he gets his shot back, it's really going to open up the floor. And the bigs, let's talk about the bigs. Boozer and Joakim Noah have done a great job against Anthony and Bosch. And the reason that is because they can get up and down the floor well, plus they're lengthy. People don't realize how quick they are. Laterally, they are so quick to the angles that they can intercept passes. And this whole Bulls team has bought into Tom Thibodeau's style of defense. And they go hard, they play hard, and they know that defense is going to lead to offense. So both these teams are very fast break oriented. Taj Gibson, I have to give it up to my man Taj Gibson. He came in last year's rookie, played well this year. He's not doing a lot, but he does a lot on the defensive end. So whatever you get on the offensive end is house money. So he had a big night tonight. He had 2 thunderous dunks. I'm talking about thunderous. I'm talking about D Wade. I will have your poster on my wall. Welcome to a wall near you. www.posterize.com. Taj Gibson. You will see his dunk on there. That boy set the tone for the Bulls tonight. He set the tone. The Tone, tone for the Bulls tonight. You can spell tone tonight with Taj because he did it. He really did it. That's what the Bulls are going to need in terms of winning. They're going to need that emotion. They're going to need those hustle plays. They're going to need to do all those things to equal the talent level of the Miami Heat. As far as the Heat go, there's not much adjustments you got to make. Just come out and make some shots. D Wade got a little frustrated a little pesky. The series is going to get chippy down the stretch as when the games are going to start to matter more, such as Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, when you're really going to start to jockey for position. You saw a little chippiness now, but um, we'll see what happens down the road. Now, what the Bulls have to do, they have to win one road game. You got to win one road game. You got to win all your home games. We got to win one road game. If you win all your home games, you're fine, but you may not know when you play another home game again because I think they're doing the 2-3-2 format. So you may not play another home game till, the weekend, the 25th of May, that week. So you may not play that game. So you have to steal one on the road, and you have to protect home court. Home court is what it is. You need to steal one on the road and protect home court. You do that, you will win the series flat out. You'll have 3 games that you'll win, one road game, and then you'll have the 2 games to screw it up if you need to at home. That's what the 2 home games do. If you miss one home game, you come back with another. And the greatest thing is, now we can see if the Bulls are for real. They are the best team in the NBA. They have the best record in the NBA. They're the best team left in the playoffs. This is the time to see if they shine. This is the time we can see them shine. All right? This has been another edition of the Hurry Up. I've had fun talking to you guys. NBA playoffs. We'll be back. If we're not back, we'll be back to preview the playoffs again. We'll check out some baseball. I know that the Boston Yankees series is going on this weekend, so we're going to touch base on that. Soon we're going to try to get you guys' thoughts and shoot me some questions. Email me. I'm on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter, acostas at twitter.com. Boom. Holla at your boy. I'll see you soon.